Welcome to Once Upon a Pipe. This evening I have this Ericsson Monster Billiard, and in it I am just smoking a hodgepodge of stuff. I don't know what it is, just stuff I have in a jar here at the office. So sorry I can't be better informed, but it's just, I can't remember what it is, some CVS stuff, I think. Um, Anyways, earlier this week, my wife's friend stopped by the house and we were in conversation about our weeks and our week and how everything has been going in the previous week. And she was been recovering from the flu. And anyone who's been around this season and have had the flu, you know that it has been particularly nasty. And that's how it was for her. It was she's a worker, and doesn't really take a lot of breaks because of being sick. But by necessity, the flu had her so bad she absolutely had to take a little bit of a break there. Anyways, in the midst of our conversation, I began telling her a little bit about my day on Monday. I told her how when as soon as I got home, all of the kids were screaming for me. Daddy, come here. Daddy, I need your help. Daddy, help me with my homework. Daddy, can you do this? Daddy, I'm hungry. Daddy, I'm thirsty. Um, Daddy, I got to use the potty. And uh, just, it went that way for a long time. So as soon as I got home from work, I'm greeted by the voices of those precious little children, all think that their need is the most important over their siblings, of course. And um, because my wife worked Monday, I, I needed to do all of that. I need to take care of the kids, get dinner ready, get the kitchen cleaned up, do devotional time, help them with their homework. I was the bottom line is I was worn out when I got done with all of that stuff Monday night. I was done. I was ready for the bed, and not that I wanted to necessarily go to sleep, but I was done. Well, to me that not that it was overwhelming, but it was exhausting. All right, the kids calling for me all the time. Um, Here's what I want to share. My wife's friend, I was telling her this, and she began to tear up a little bit. She looked straight at me and she said, Johnson, I've got 5 kids at home. And my kids never utter the word daddy, ever. They never call for their dad. Um, she's recently divorced. Um, she has a baby, a young baby, and she's also taking care of her grandson, which is close in age to her baby. Um, she actually has custody of her grandson, and she's got a little baby girl. She also has 3 older kids that live with her at home, young teenagers. And she said her kids never call for the dad. My my heart just dropped. You know, I get home from my day and the kids are they're calling for me. Each one of them wants time with me, wants attention from me, wants help from me. And that's kind of the normal for me. But the thought never crossed my mind of being in the other situation as my wife's friend and having kids that never utter the word daddy. So I learned a lesson. And let me tell you, I was greatly humbled. Boy, was I humbled. Mm-mm-mm. Um, I believe the Lord has a way of opening our eyes, of making us realize the blessing or blessings that we have in the times in life when we think that we're frustrated, when, as parents, we're dealing with our kids and our kids are calling us and making the demands on us. Um, you know, I just, but I thank God that that I had kids that call me daddy, that I'm around to hear their voice, at the end of the day. And it's a tough job being a father. And quite honestly, I wish I did a better job at it. I wish I was a better dad. Wish I was a better husband. And yet, with all my shortcomings and um, you know, missing the mark and stuff like that, and granted, my kids don't see all my faults, um, but I'm there. You know, I'm not there perfectly, but I'm there, and they love to call my name. Um, I wonder. Well, it also makes me feel thankful for this, and those of you who don't believe in the Christian faith and the faith I have as a Christian, this may make no sense to you whatsoever, but I just thought about how easily overwhelmed I get hearing all these voices call me daddy and not being able to be everywhere and just take care of them all at the same time. But they keep calling, and I eventually get to them, eventually. And but it does make me think about God. Somehow he can hear us all screaming, Father, I need you. Father, help me. Father, help me. And he never gets tired. He never throws his hands up at the end of the day and says, I'm done. I'm done. I'm taking a rest. Mm-mm. He is ever present, always there. And he never turns anyone away who calls on him. In fact, he delights. In fact, he's kind of the exact opposite of me. The more we call, the more I call on him, the more he loves it, the closer he gets. He never gets overwhelmed. But I'm thankful. Thankful that I could be there, and I just and I feel for all of those single moms out there who are taking care of their babies, and a lot of them, they're doing the best they can, and they've got kids that they never say the word daddy. They never call on their daddy. Mm-mm-mm. Tell you what, we got to count our blessings. Gave me a whole new perspective on hearing those kids' voices when they call me. I hope that you got something out of this. I really do. And I greatly appreciate being able to share with you. Thank you. And thank you for watching Once Upon a Pipe. And that's how it is tonight.